Hi, my name is Dawn Anderson, and I'll be taking you through my 5-day unit planner for 5th grade mathematics. This is the 4th module in my first unit of math in the Bridges to Mathematics program, and this module is on division. And the big ideas and priority standards are divide a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number using strategies based on place value, the properties of operations or relationships between multiplication and division, explain the strategies by using rectangular arrays and area models. And then students are expected to solve story problems involving division of whole numbers with fractions or mixed number quotients. And they're going to model with mathematics and look for and express regularity in repeated reasoning. The essential questions are: what strategies can you use to solve division problems, and what different ways can a remainder be expressed in a division problem? For this unit, the assessment will actually be the post-assessment for the whole unit because this is the 4th module. So at the beginning of the whole big unit, there was a pre-assessment given. And after we did the pre-assessment, the children then self-reflected after it was graded and given back to them, because pre-assessments aren't for a grade, just to see how well they did and what they need to continue to work on. So after they did the pre-assessment, they took this big sheet, a self-reflection sheet, and it actually has every single standard that they worked on through the whole unit in it, and then rates them on things I already know, things I know a little bit, and things I really need to work on. Most of my students were in the things I need to work on component of that. So day 1, the learning target is I can use an array area model to solve division problems. So at the beginning, we will solve a multiplication problem using an array, and then kind of talk about how that relates to division. And then throughout the whole, all of the other 3 modules, there's kind of been an overlying idea of Brad and his baseball shop. Well, first he had an online business, and now he's opening up an in-house business. So he is having his own store. So they will be solving 4 division problems for his store in groups of 4, and then coming back to discuss it. And then they'll be solving their own problems using base 10 blocks, and I will be circulating and helping out as I'm needed. And then they will be do an exit ticket that will have a much bigger division problem for them to work out. All problems that don't really have to deal with remainders yet. And then the learning target for day 2 is I can divide a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number with a remainder. And then I can tell what to do with a remainder. So the opener will be to do the division problem together as a class, and they'll turn and talk to a buddy and try to solve this problem out. Well, this problem actually, they'll be using it in their groups to decide what to do in 4 different situations with remainders. So if they have balloons, if they have brownies, if they have pizza, and if they have people going in a car that can only hold 4 people, how they're all going to get there. And then after that's done, the students will come together and we'll chart out how they each solve each problem. We'll have a discussion and talk about how they sort of figure that problem out. And then they'll be assigned some daily work to do, and I will circulate, and my teacher assistant will actually work with students who have IEPs and give them extra assistance, and they'll be required to do a little bit different work than the other. They'll be required to do a little bit less work. If they can do the whole work, then they'll go for it and do what the regular kids are assigned as well. And as a kind of a closure, we'll discuss what we worked on today. And then day 3 is actually this program has games built into it, and they're called workplaces. So our workplace for a division unit is called the quotient win game. So first the students and the teacher will play together to give them an idea of how to do it as a whole class, and then they'll be working in groups and doing this workplace while I just kind of circulate and watch and see what they're doing and making sure they're on task and how they're playing this game how I want them to play it independently when I'm actually pulling small groups later on and during the week. Day 4, I actually created a Kahoot to do a review for the post assessment, because that will be coming up on the next day for day 5. They'll have a post assessment on the whole complete unit, not just this 5-day unit plan, which is the module, the 4th module, but the actual whole unit. So this is, the Kahoot is actually a review for that. And then if we have enough time after we do the review, they'll go ahead and then play the quotient win game again to get some more ability with that game. And then I'll have them reflect and look back on their pre-assessment and their Kahoot results and compare that with what they might need to go home and study for the test that will be the next day. And then 5, like I mentioned, will be the final assessment. We'll kind of, as an opening, we'll review the vocabulary and the strategies that they used in the different modules in each unit, and then they will take their post-assessment. And then they will do an exit ticket on how well they think that they did and what areas they had kind of struggled in for this unit. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.